Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Adam. You are watching Unlimited Options Investing, and what an interesting day, and boy, do I have a story for you guys. So let's start off when I first woke up today. I took a look at my phone, checking my notifications, then opening TradingView, going through my stocks. I have my stocks on a watch list, so I'm going through, scrolling down, and towards the end of my scroll, all I see is NVIDIA plus 8%, and I just woke up at that point. And why is that, you ask? Because I sold a covered call on NVIDIA stock earlier this week, as well as AMD stock, which was also up 5.34% today, but not nearly up as much as NVIDIA, which was up 12% today. I'm not being emotional, you're being emotional. No, I'm kidding. So I lost money today as a result. Was I emotional? Yes, in the sense that it hurt and it was painful, but was I emotional in how I reacted? I would hope to say that it would be no. Because A, this is not the first time it's happened before. It's literally NVIDIA and AMD, which I can never expire worthless. And B is because I made the maximum gain for the amount that I was willing to risk in order to sell this call, right, which was 275. So when I sold the call on Tuesday or Wednesday, NVIDIA was trading in the 260s. Literally 1 week ago, this was at 250, and around this area over here, I sold a 275 call. With the thought process, if it reaches 275, that would be great, and if it goes above, I mean, that sucks. Of course, I would love to have more money, but I have no idea what's going to happen. And today I had no idea that NVIDIA was going to surge the way that it did. Because another important thing to take into consideration is that when a stock goes up just immediately out of nowhere, its IV, or its implied volatility, also shoots up, which increases the value of the premium that much more in the option. And literally since the summer, I think I've sold 3 NVIDIA and AMD calls each. And I'm pretty sure like the day before expiration, it would be like this green candle over here or over here. And the weeks that I don't sell a covered call against it and I don't roll it over, it ends up going down. It's like, man, I just can't time it right for whatever reason. Just it hasn't been going my way when it comes to these two stocks in specific. Whereas that's not usually the case with literally every other stock in the market. I mean, that just happens sometimes where there's some stocks that you can just trade over and over again and turn a profit. And then sometimes there's a stock out there that you just can't step in the green no matter what you do. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys my positions, and this is painful for me. In the sense that I lost the opportunity to make this much more money if I had just not sold these covered calls. But it's also a hedge, right? And it's assumed risk that I knew before going into the trade that this was completely possible to happen. However, the most important thing when it comes to these trades is that I was covered on the long side. That is the most important thing. The big take-home lesson to take out of this video actually is never sell a naked call, because if you aren't covered and the stock just blasts off, if you're in some kind of meme stock or who knows what, and it just goes off 100% in one day. And it happens, guys. Trust me, 100% is not unheard of before. We've seen it. Your account could get obliterated to the point where you go in a negative balance. It could just not be a good time, so be very, very careful. So I was covered on the long side. I actually made money on NVIDIA and AMD today, just not as much as I would have if I hadn't sold these calls. And there's nothing I can do at this point now. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. Hopefully we do get a little bit of a pullback, maybe some profit taking. That's what I'm hopeful for, but I'm not really expecting it to happen. I am expecting to have to buy back these calls for much more expensive than I sold them for. I sold each one for 126 and 123, and I'll be buying it back for 760 and 2,205. So, ouch, that hurts. But again, after the fact, there's nothing you can do except for really laugh it off and see what you can do moving forward for the next trade. Another positive to take away is that I also sold a bunch of other covered calls as well that are expiring tomorrow, and they all look like they're going to be expiring worthless, so it'll help a lot when it comes down to this as well. And I'm also hoping tomorrow that the IV goes down, assuming they don't continue mooning tomorrow, assuming my luck when it comes to the covered calls at NVIDIA and AMD. I'm not really banking on that either. Another thing I also want to take into consideration is I do believe both stocks are overbought right now. I know that doesn't mean everything. It can continue being overbought for a while. Just like Tesla in the short term, I think it's too much too fast, and I want to take advantage of the money that's in front of me and take some profit. So what I did with both NVIDIA and AMD, I actually rolled over my LEAPS options by keeping the same January 2023 expiration date, but rolling the strikes up closer to the money. The spreads on AMD were a lot kinder than the ones on NVIDIA, but I wanted to take advantage of today's moves. Since I already have the candlestick chart open over here, NVIDIA today on huge volume were pretty detached from the moving average, and we also have a pretty big wick over here as we peaked at around $312. So let's see tomorrow where the price action takes us. And with advanced micro devices, yeah, this one's really healthy as well. Although we are overbought, we see 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. We're also pretty detached from the moving averages, and the last few times that's happened, we've seen the stock pull back. And we also kind of see that with NVIDIA as well. We see that when the stock was too far away, it pulled back, and too far away, it pulled back. Otherwise, that's the end of my video. I plan on making a lot more videos on options and going into that because I know a lot of people are interested in option calls and puts and all that fun stuff. It's amazing. I agree. It's awesome. I love it. It's so enjoyable. It's lucrative. It can also destroy your account. There's just so much to it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below how NVIDIA treated you today, if you were in a similar situation, or if you just profited off the huge move up. Let me know in the comments. Always like, subscribe, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.
you